With the Oscar nominations out now, we're going to rank all 5 of the best animated feature nominations from worst to best. So let's get started. Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. If you guys love to watch movies like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. The 2021 Oscar nominations were full of surprises, disappointments, but one thing I always look forward to is the best animated feature nominations. This year, the 5 nominations were Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon, Wolfwalkers, Soul, Onward, and Over the Moon from Netflix. Make sure to leave your ranking down below. How would you rank all 5 of these movies? Have you seen all 5 of them? Wolfwalkers was the most recent one I did see. I'm curious to see what your ranking is, so let me know in the comment section down below. Starting this list off at number 5 is Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. This was the first film I saw from this list. It came out, I think, February of last year on Netflix, and I thought it was a cheerful film. Shaun the Sheep is very adorable. The animation just works so well. It's such an adorable movie. There's a plot that grows throughout this movie that's fun to watch with Shaun the Sheep and this little baby alien within the movie as well. The plot is very fun. It's one of the movies that you can just put on and enjoy it. It's not a strong film by any means. It's not a groundbreaking movie, but that's not what Aardman does. It focuses a lot on having these family fun films that are hilarious throughout. The hijinks, the jokes, all of it is very hilarious, and that's what I loved about Shaun the Sheep, Farmageddon. I'm not a huge fan of Shaun the Sheep. I'm not connected to the series or the movies. This was not my first introduction to Shaun the Sheep, but this one had an adorable story throughout the movie with Shaun the Sheep and aliens, and it also offered a lot of beautiful animation, a lot of time that went into making this movie, and it turned out to be a pretty fun film. Coming in at number 4 is Over the Moon. Over the Moon was released on Netflix last year in October. An adventurous girl builds a rocket ship to meet a mythical goddess on the moon. This was a pretty fun film that had beautiful animation. From when the time this young girl was building the rocket ship to the sequences on the moon, it all looked very great. The best thing that is going for Over the Moon is its musical moments. The songs are very, very catchy, and they fit this script very well and offer parts of the story that do move these characters forward. So I love how the music was integrated into the movie, and it played an important part of the film. Also, they are great to sing along with. But these characters are very good as well. The writing for them shines throughout the movie. This young girl is determined to go to the moon to try to meet this mythical goddess, and her determination that fuels her to build this rocket ship and go to the moon is very inspiring as well. So Over the Moon, I knew right away when I saw this film back in October that I had a sense that it would be nominated for an animated feature film. It's just that kind of movie. It looks great. It's got a good script. It's got great musical moments. Everything you would expect for a movie to be nominated at the Oscars. Coming in at number 3 is Onward. Onward was the first Pixar movie to be released last year. We had 2 from last year, and it was a pleasant film. I love the voice acting here from Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. They work together with their voice acting, a great pair. But the 2 characters they do play, Ian and Barley, they have good chemistry as well. But their voice acting flows throughout the movie to make these characters very believable and the relationship believable as well. It's got a good sense of adventure throughout, a fantasy-filled adventure with all these different creatures that make it really enjoyable to watch and always offering something new. But the film packs an emotional punch at the end of the movie, and I did not see it coming. Honestly, I wanted one thing to happen in the movie at the end, and we got something completely different, and I was satisfied with it. I was satisfied with how they ended this movie, despite the whole journey trying to lead to one thing. and it really took that away and gave you something new, and it worked just as well, and it made you realize things about these characters and their relationships and your own relationships with your brother if you have one, or a family member or sibling, whatever it may be. This movie was very emotional and realistic despite it being about fantasy type creatures in a fantasy world. It was a lot of fun. Coming in at number 2 is Wolfwalkers. Wolfwalkers was the most recent film I saw. It was on Apple TV Plus. I just watched it a couple of days ago. Right away in the movie, I thought, okay, maybe this might set at like number 4 or number 3. I was like, it's just okay. It looks cool. The animation's decent, and it seems different from like Over the Moon or Shaun the Sheep or Onward. It seems like drawings and sketches at times. But as the movie progressed, the animation grew on me, and I really liked how it looked. And then the story started to build on top of each other about this young girl who meets another girl, and she learns that she is a wolfwalker, who is this young girl can become a wolf, and the town that she lives in feels threatened by wolves, and everybody wants to kill wolves. So early on in the movie, we understand that this young girl and her father and everybody in the town hates wolves. But when she meets this young girl who is a wolf walker, and her mother is a wolf walker as well, we start to learn that the wolves aren't doing what we are told they're doing. We have a different perception of who they are. And I love the progression of the story. This is a very well written movie that really builds on top of each other, builds the characters and the relationships, and has a great message of standing up for what you believe in, being there for your friends. And it's filled with that beautiful animation, great voice acting, and a story that I thought was okay at first, but as the movie progressed, I was more invested in the characters and the story and what was going to happen. There's some intense moments thrown throughout, but the movie really focused on these two young girls and the relationship, and it offers some struggling moments for them, and it offers some happy, upbeat moments. So at times you're feeling really excited as you're watching this movie, and at times you're feeling very upset about what is going on, and they're having a hard time like sharing their ideas or trying to persuade somebody to protect these wolves. And the movie is not afraid to be raw and emotional and real, while also maintaining that adorable animation with these fun characters, but also having a deeper story throughout the movie. But coming out at number 1 is Soul. Soul is the film that I do think will win Best Animated Feature. I totally could see Wolfwalkers winning it as well, and I'd be very happy for Wolfwalkers as well. But I think it's going to come down to Soul and Wolfwalkers. But my personal favorite of the 5 is Soul. Soul released on Disney Plus on Christmas Day, and this movie was very emotional and made you think a lot about life and your purpose and your time spent on Earth and your drive and your motivation and how you lose things along the way. It focuses a lot on that. And this is one of the deepest Pixar movies that I don't even think kids would enjoy watching. I haven't heard like kids really watching this movie because it's emotional. I cried. I thought a lot about life and death when I watched this movie, and I just had these deep conversations in my head about life and what am I doing with it after watching this movie. Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey are great in the movie. They have such great voice acting in here to make their characters believable. Tina Fey provides a lot of excitement in 22's voice acting. At times she's just kind of like aware that she's not really going anyplace, and she kind of just accepts it all and just has a lot of fun. And there's that times where she's excited to see things on Earth, and she's very interested in all of that. And then Jamie Foxx as Joe Gardner. You could tell that he absolutely loves jazz and what he does, and he has that drive to return back to Earth after he passes away, and he's stuck in this place, and he needs 22's help to get back to Earth. The relationship grows throughout the movie because right away Joe's just using 22 for his own personal gain, but as the movie progresses, it builds to something a little more. And I love that progression of the characters throughout the movie and the relationship and the emotional end to the movie. The animation is beautiful. Every single Pixar movie, I will sit here and review it for you guys and tell you that each one looks better than the previous one. This looks so real at times. The designs for 22 and the other characters that look like her are beautiful. They're so cool to look at, but the animation is breathtaking. So the story, the characters, the animation, all of it works together to be one of the best Pixar movies, and my favorite animated film from last year, and the film that I do think will win Best Animated Feature. And of the 5, it's the best one, but I do think Wolfwalkers has a strong chance to be the Best Animated Feature. The other 3, I don't think have the strongest chance, but they are good films as well. This is a strong selection of animated features. I could see maybe The Willoughbys possibly being in here. I could also see Earwig and the Witch being in here as well. But these 5 are great films, and I'm happy with the Oscars for picking these 5 films to be nominated. So I'm very curious about the Oscars this year and what will win Best Animated Feature. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and leave your list for all 5 of these movies from worst to best. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.